Oh, it finally happened. After months of silence, denial, and social media chaos, T.I., the self-proclaimed king of the South, has broken his royal silence. And what he just revealed about his son, King Harris, it's not a press statement. It's a cry from the throne. A confession so raw it's making fans question everything they thought. They knew about Atlanta's first family, we're not talking about your average celebrity, dad explains. No, this is deeper, darker, and more emotional than the finale of Euphoria. T.I. just peeled back the curtain on a truth that'll make you rethink fame, fatherhood, and what happens when a prince of hip-hop goes rogue. Forget the family hustle. This is the family heartbreak. The drama that's been simmering behind closed mansion doors has finally boiled over. And Tip's confession just turned the Harris legacy upside down. From public humiliation to emotional collapse, from viral outbursts to desperate parenting moments, this is the side of T.I. the world was never supposed to see. So strap in. Because this isn't a redemption story. It's a reality check. And by the end of it, you'll understand exactly why fans are calling this T.I.'s most heartbreaking moment ever. It all began with a tension that no amount of luxury could hide. The Harris household, once hip-hop's most iconic power family, had been silently cracking for months. Behind the Bentleys, the platinum plaques, and the designer smiles was a son spiraling, a father fighting to stay calm, and a mother praying that fame didn't eat her family alive. And now, T.I. has finally said what nobody thought he ever would. The King of the South just dropped the crown for a second and opened up about the pain behind the headlines. For years, fans have watched his son King Harris transform from an innocent, bright-eyed kid on Family Hustle to a walking viral storm. Every few months, a new clip would hit the internet. King yelling at his dad, King arguing in public, King flashing money like it was Monopoly cash. He went from being known as T.I.'s son to the kid who won't stop wildin'. At first it was funny. People joked about it. They called him privileged gangster, suburban savage, the Gucci goblin of Atlanta. But then the jokes stopped being funny. The more King posted, the more fans realized something deeper was brewing. Because every time he tried to prove he was real, it looked more like he was hurting. That's when the world started asking, where's T.I.? The man who once preached discipline, who kept his kids grounded while running an empire, suddenly went quiet. No comments, no interviews, no public defense. Just silence. Until now. And when he finally spoke,
He didn't.
but what y'all don't understand is, that's my son. And my son is struggling with things bigger than clout. The internet froze. Because when T.I., the man built on pride, power, and control, admits struggle. You know, it's real. He continued. It's hard watching your kid try to find himself in a world that don't love you unless you perfect. I made music to survive. He was born into it. He didn't get to choose this life. It chose him before he even knew what it meant. That line hit different. Because suddenly, King's behavior didn't look like entitlement. It looked like confusion. T.I. explained that King grew up under a microscope, surrounded by fame but starving for identity. He ain't from the hood, but he feel like he gotta prove it cause people clown him for being privileged, he said. He don't realize that being yourself is the realest thing you can be. And the timing of that confession couldn't have been more explosive. Just weeks before, King had gone live again, ranting about how his family ain't real and how he raised himself. He looked furious, but underneath the bravado was heartbreak. The clip spread like wildfire. Fans were torn. Some said he was spoiled. Others said he was crying for help. Everyone agreed on one thing. The Harris family was imploding in real time. But when T.I. finally responded,
He didn't attack. He admitted, I failed at a few things as a father, he said.
When you got a career like mine, you try to give your kids the world. But sometimes the world's the very thing that breaks him. Boom. The man known for his confidence just confessed the one thing he never wanted to say. That success has a price. And his family was paying it in full. He talked about how King's childhood was spent under flashing lights, reality cameras, and social media expectations. It's hard to raise a child when the internet's raising them too, he said. You can't discipline a generation that got followers for bad behavior. That line went viral instantly. Fans flooded the comments. He's not wrong. This is every rich parent's nightmare. Fame is the devil in designer. But T.I. didn't stop there. He admitted that as much as he tried to keep control, King's rebellious energy was part of his DNA. He got it honest, he said with a sad smile. That boy got that same fire I had, just no direction. That quote hit like a confession and a curse. Because everyone knows T.I. wasn't born into peace, he fought his way up. He turned pain into lyrics, poverty into power. But his son started at the top, trying to fall down just to feel something real, and that's where the tragedy really begins. I said that. King's biggest struggle isn't fame, it's identity. He's trying to figure out who he is when the world already told him who he should be, he explained. That's pressure number 19-year-old can handle. He admitted that King's outbursts online broke his heart. It's hard to see your son acting out and know it's 'cause of you. Not 'cause you did wrong, but 'cause you didn't do enough. The internet was floored. Fans praised his honesty, saying it was the most human they'd ever seen. T.I. Others criticized him for talking too late. But no one could deny it. This wasn't PR spin. This was pain. And in the middle of all this, Tiny, the queen of holding it together, dropped her own subtle message. Some storms ain't meant to be avoided. They come to wash away what's fake. That one sentence hit like poetry. Fans swore she was talking about King's public behavior, the yelling, the disrespect, the chaos. But insiders claimed it went deeper. Rumor has it, Tiny's been the glue trying to hold the Harris empire together while T.I. and King clash behind the scenes, one family friend said. Tiny's tired. She's watching two men she loves turn into strangers under the same roof. And that roof? It used to be a mansion filled with laughter and music. Now it's filled with arguments, tension, and the ghost of what used to be. But let's not forget, this isn't the first time T.I. faced chaos. He's been through scandals, arrests, controversies. He's survived it all. But nothing hits harder than realizing you can't outsmart your own child's pain. T.I. ended that interview with one line that broke the internet. And maybe his own heart. I spent years trying to protect my family from the world. I never thought I'd have to protect them from each other. Silence. That moment right there. That's when fans realized this wasn't entertainment anymore. This was legacy unraveling. This was a father watching his own reflection turn against him. And if you thought that was the climax, you're wrong. Because what happened after T.I.'s confession made the internet explode all over again, turning heartbreak into headlines and pain into public debate. The King of the South just admitted defeat, but the Prince of Atlanta? He was just getting started. The internet didn't just react. It erupted. T.I.'s emotional interviews spread faster than wildfire on a windy Georgia night. Within hours, it was everywhere. Podcasts, Twitter spaces, and gossip pages that thrive on pain like piranhas in holy water. But this time, the narrative wasn't just T.I. the rapper. It was T.I. the father whose empire is cracking. Clips of his interview got sliced, remixed, and stitched into every corner of the internet. One line in particular, "I was T.I. the brand, not Tip the father," hit so hard it turned into a trending hashtag. Even celebrities couldn't ignore it. Charlemagne Tha God said on The Breakfast Club, "This is the most real I've ever heard Tip. He not talking like a rapper. He talking like a father in pain." Meanwhile, 50 Cent couldn't resist trolling, posting, "Don't worry Tip. The boy just need a good whooping and a job at AutoZone." But behind the jokes, there was empathy. Everyone could feel the weight. For once, T.I. wasn't the smooth talker in a tailored suit. He was a dad who looked tired. The kind of tired money can't fix. The story got even messier when fans noticed King Harris' reaction. He didn't stay silent. Oh no, he jumped online with his signature fire and ego. In a video that looked half defensive, half heartbroken, he said, "I love my pops, but y'all don't know the half. I've been dealing with my own demons, and people think it's just clout. This ain't no movie, this my life." That clip split the internet straight down the middle. Half of fans defended him, saying he was speaking his truth. The other half dragged him, saying, "Boy, what demons. You grew up in a mansion with a maid." Memes followed immediately. One viral tweet said, King Harris talking about struggle while his butler ironing his trauma. Another read, he ain't from the trenches, he from the trench coat section at Neiman Marcus. But then something unexpected happened. A video surfaced showing King walking out of a studio in tears. No entourage. No attitude. Just silence and exhaustion. The caption read, "Behind the fame." It hit differently. Suddenly, fans started seeing the human side. Seeing the human side. The boy who grew up in privilege but never found peace. The kid trying to build his own name, while living in the shadow of a giant dot, and then came the family fallout. Carlissa style. Drama had officially hit the Harris family. Tiny, who'd been quiet during most of the noise, posted a cryptic message that said, "Healing requires honesty, even when it hurts." Within minutes, the comment section exploded. Fans were reading it like gospel, trying to decode every word. Was she siding with T.I.? Was she defending King? Nobody knew, but one thing was clear. The family was fractured. Then, as if to pour salt on the wound, a resurfaced clip from Family Hustle went viral. Little King, around 10 years old, crying after getting scolded by T.I. The internet ate it up. People started captioning it. The moment it all began, that's when things started spiraling. Every talk show, every podcast, every Twitter thread turned into an emotional debate about parenting, fame, and generational trauma. Some people said T.I. was too strict. Others said he wasn't strict enough. And then the psychologist joined in. One viral TikTok therapist said, "We're watching in real time what happens when kids of powerful parents search for identity without structure." Another said, "King doesn't want fame, he wants validation." Even Dr. Phil clips were being used in edits about King's life. The situation had gone from gossip to global discussion, but the drama didn't stop there. A few days later, a fan caught T.I. and King having what looked like a heated argument in the parking lot of a restaurant. The video had no sound, but the visuals said everything. T.I. was pointing, King was pacing, and Tiny stood between them, trying to de-escalate. The caption, "Pain in public." That footage broke hearts everywhere. People started posting comments like, "This ain't funny no more," and "They need therapy, not TMs." T.I. later confirmed that the argument was real. "Yeah, we had words," he said in a brief statement. "That's my son. I love him, but love ain't always pretty." That line, "Love ain't always pretty," became the new mantra of this saga. By now, fans weren't just watching a celebrity story. They were witnessing a generational meltdown in real time. The mighty Harris family, once untouchable, was showing its cracks. And in true internet fashion, everyone had an opinion, a theory, and a meme. Meanwhile, King doubled down. He started posting pictures of himself performing, captioning them with messages like, "They laughed at me. Now they're watching me." The captions felt like cries for validation disguised as confidence, but there was one post that really hit home. A black screen. 3 words. "I miss peace, no chains. No flex. Just pain." That single story reshaped how fans saw him. The same people who once called him arrogant were now calling him broken. It was like watching a public redemption arc unfold, except there was no script. No director, just raw chaos. Then T.I. went live again, not angry, not defensive, just tired. "Y'all gotta stop turning my family's pain into entertainment," he said. "This ain't love and hip-hop, this my life. My son's a human being, not a hashtag." That statement hit hard. But in the age of clicks and clout, nobody listens when it stops being funny. Still, for a brief moment, you could hear the exhaustion in his voice. The way his tone broke when he mentioned King. The way he said "my son" instead of "my boy." It wasn't the voice of T.I. the rapper. It was Tip the father, the man who'd built a kingdom and was now watching it crumble in slow motion. Then, as if fate couldn't resist adding another twist, celebrities began weighing in again. Boosie went live saying, "Man, T.I. raising that boy right, but the internet's soft. Back in my day, your daddy look at you sideways. You fix up fast." Snoop Dogg posted, "Every generation got its storm. T.I. gone weather his too." Even 50 Cent, who couldn't resist another joke, posted a meme of T.I. holding a belt with the caption, when the king of the south gotta remind the prince who built the castle. But for once, even that joke didn't land the same. People weren't laughing anymore because deep down, everyone knew this wasn't entertainment anymore. It was generational pain, broadcast for the world to consume. The memes slowed down. The think pieces took over. And suddenly, T.I.'s once untouchable hustle image was replaced with something more human. Vulnerability. In a rare follow-up interview, he said, "You can't raise kids in this new world using old methods. I'm learning that. I just want him to be okay." That statement shifted the entire tone online. Fans flooded the comments with love. Messages like, "We praying for you, Tip," and "You're doing better than most fathers could in your position." But deep down, everyone knew this wasn't over, because when a family breaks in public, there's no easy fix. No filter can hide the pain, and no fame can erase the fallout. And as one fan perfectly put it, we watched them build an empire. Now we're watching them fight for their humanity. But just when everyone thought the story had peaked, T.I. dropped one final bomb that turned heartbreak into absolute shock. When the dust started to settle, everyone thought the Harris family was finally stepping back from the storm. But if there's one thing fame refuses to do, it's stay quiet. Just as the internet began to breathe, T.I. dropped another revelation, and this one hit deeper than anything before. He didn't post a rant. He didn't tweet a quote. He released a video. No flashy background, no scripted PR tone. Just him sitting in a chair, hoodie on, eyes read, speaking directly to the camera like a father who's finally done pretending. "I failed to realize that the same strength that built me could break him," T.I. said. "I raised my son to be tough, but I forgot to teach him it's okay to be soft sometimes." That one line sent chills across social media. It wasn't about ego anymore. It wasn't even about discipline. It was about love, complicated, painful, misunderstood love. He went on to talk about how fame had made parenting damn near impossible. "When your family's famous," he said, "you can't teach your kids in private. Every mistake they make is a meme before you can even talk to them." You could hear the regret in every syllable. This wasn't the Tip who used to lecture about hustle, success, or street codes. This was a man learning that none of that mattered if your kid doesn't feel heard. And that's when he said it. The line that would echo across every gossip site, every podcast, every group chat in the country. "I didn't just want to raise a king. I wanted to raise a man. But I forgot, sometimes a man needs his father, not his general." Boom! The clip exploded. Within minutes, Twitter turned that quote into gospel. "Sometimes a man needs his father, not his general," became the new emotional war cry of the internet. Even celebrities reposted it with crying emojis and broken heart captions. Killer Mike commented, "That's real fatherhood right there." Meek Mill wrote, "This hit home. Fame don't raise families, it ruins them if you let it." Meanwhile, fans flooded the comments with love. "This is the most real I've ever seen T.I.," one said. "You can feel the pain in his voice," wrote another, but not everyone saw it as noble. Some critics accused him of performing pain for publicity. Others said, "If you loved him that much, why are you saying this on camera instead of in person?" And right on cue, King Harris responded. He didn't go off. He didn't yell. He didn't curse. He just posted a clip of his dad's video with a caption that said, "I hear you." 3 simple words. But to fans, it felt like a truce. For the first time in months, the internet exhaled. No fights, no chaos. Just a father and a son, trying to understand each other through the noise of fame. But just when everyone thought this was the turning point, another twist came, one nobody saw coming. T.I. and King were spotted together, walking into a community center in Atlanta. Cameras rolled, fans screamed, but they didn't stop to pose. They were there to talk to at-risk teens about family pressure and the dangers of losing yourself to the streets and the screen. The photos hit Instagram within minutes. T.I. with his arm around his son. Both dressed down, both looking human for the first time in forever. The caption read, "Turning pain into purpose." The internet lost it. Now this is what growth looks like. From viral fights to father-son unity, this is redemption. Black fathers being vulnerable and present? We love to see it. But here's where it gets even more emotional. During the talk, one teenager reportedly stood up and asked King, "How do you fix it when your dad don't understand you?" King looked at the kid, paused for a long moment, and said, "You don't fix it overnight. You just stop fighting and start listening." That one moment hit like poetry. Clips of it spread across TikTok like wildfire. Suddenly, King Harris wasn't the angry, arrogant kid anymore.
He was the son who found his voice in T.I.
He wasn't the untouchable rapper. He was the dad who finally admitted he didn't have all the answers. After the event, T.I. posted a message that had fans in tears. Sometimes love don't fix everything, but it reminds you why you keep trying. That single sentence melted the internet. The same fans who once dragged the family were now defending them like kin. "This is real growth," one comment read. "They're showing what healing looks like." But not everyone was convinced. Some skeptics argued it was a PR move to clean up their image. Others said, "They're celebrities, everything's a production." But the majority didn't care. For once, the Harris family felt real, and that's what made this chapter so powerful. Not because it was dramatic, but because it was raw. Because after all the fights, fame, and failures, we finally saw what was underneath.